This is KWVE 107.9, Southern California's home for worship and the word, and we're also live on the Labor of Love Music Fest Facebook page right now. We're here at Bolsa Chica State Beach, and I've got somebody here with me that I see just about every day, Pastor Brian Brodersen from Calvary Chapel, Costa Mesa.
Yes.
What's up, man?
Well, we're here at Labor of Love, and it's really loud, so I can barely hear you, even though we're sitting like 6 inches from each other. But it's really great, and there are so many people here. I was up on the stage, a few minutes ago sharing, and it's like as far as the eye could see, it's just it's literally like a sea of people.
Wow!
It's amazing. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So you already spoke. You gave a message.
Spoke,
what did you speak on?
I spoke on. I kind of told a little bit about my own story, but I went off of the words of Jesus. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. And I just talked about how, my life, that kind of described my life, weary and burdened. And I didn't know where to find rest. And then through, circumstances, I actually read that passage in the Bible and thought, wow, that's amazing.
Right.
Somebody's offering rest. And wow, it's Jesus. And wow, he's saying, come to me. Okay, how do you do that? So that was the big question in my mind. I'm reading a book, Jesus is talking, and he's saying, come to me. How do I get to him?
Right.
And then, through a process of events, I discovered how to do that, by just believing his word. And then, because he's alive, just saying, Lord, I'm coming to you, and I'm asking you to give me that rest. You know? So I shared that. But here, I'll tell you a super cool story. So I'm up there, I'm talking, and this guy, he's riding by on a bicycle. He just told me this. He's riding by on a bicycle. He stops, and he looks at me. He sees me on the stage, and he turns to the guy next to him. A security guy says, hey, who's that guy up there? And the guy says, let me see. He looked on the, didn't even know who I was. He looked on the schedule. He said, his name is Brian. And the guy goes, is his name Brian Brodersen? He goes, yeah, that's Brian Brodersen. That guy and I were friends 40 years ago, and we haven't seen each other since then.
Really?
Yes, amazing.
Oh, my goodness.
So he just came back.
Yeah.
And I'm standing in the backstage. I'm talking to somebody. I looked over, and I thought, I know that guy. That guy is Zach. And I know that guy from high school.
Right.
Sure enough, we just had a great reconnection, a reunion.
Wow.
And, it was amazing.
So where is he at? I mean, he was just,
well, he's a local guy. He lives here. And,
right.
I grew up here, so we knew each other from the time we were kids. His dad was a very well-known, landowner and business guy here in the area. And I think he went to Marina High School. I went to Huntington Beach High School, but we were all connected because of the surf culture, surf world. And his brother was a friend of mine. His brother died some years ago. But anyway, so, here we're having this really cool reunion. And just like, wow.
Yeah.
And, okay, so I just happen to be on the stage at this moment, and he just happens to be riding his bike by.
It's all coincidence.
And decides to stop and say, wait, who's that guy up there?
Right.
So
amazing.
God does crazy things.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. So, maybe we'll see him at church one of these days on a Sunday morning.
Yes, I invited him, and I hope he comes. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned earlier how you had read, or that you felt weary and that you needed rest.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say that today's society is even more weary, like this 24/7 something going on, people just constantly not resting?
Yeah, and I said that I could not have described it in those words back then. I didn't know that that's what I felt.
Yeah.
But I just knew there was this internal angst, and I just knew that, I was restless.
Yeah.
And everything I did that I thought was going to take away the restlessness, it didn't.
Yeah.
It never resulted in that. The restlessness was always there. So when I read those words, I will give you rest, that was like, that's what I want.
Yeah.
Somebody articulated what I want. And, well, it was Jesus who articulated that.
Amazing.
And absolutely, today, and I kind of appealed to people, the world was crazy in the 70s, and it's just as crazy, if not crazier, right now.
Yeah.
And, part of it, even though most of it was more personal, but certainly part of it had to do just with the world as it was back in those days. You know, man, I'm a mess, the world's a mess, and what's the answer?
Yeah.
Is there an answer? And Jesus basically said, yeah, I'm the answer.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Talking to Pastor Brian Brodersen from Calvary Chapel, Costa Mesa, also on the Back to Basics radio program here on KWVE, and, of course, Pastor's Perspective, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m.
That's where I've seen you before.
That's it.
Pastor's Perspective. You know, you look familiar. I was thinking, I think I know this guy. But,
Yeah. But, yeah, so we'd love to see you here at the Bolsa Chica State Beach. We're here until 5 o'clock for the Labor of Love Music Fest. You can probably hear Holland in the background right now. Jordan Feliz is still going to do his set, Matthew West, and then baptisms happening at the close of the event today at 5 o'clock. So if you've never been baptized, today might be the day for somebody to come out and be baptized.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day.
It is.
The beach is so nice.
It
the
is.
water's warm. And, you know, there's something about, I think, you know, there's something about getting baptized, you know, out in the open, you know, a river, a lake, the sea, you know.
Right,
So we
right.
got the Pacific Ocean right here.
Oh, this is the Pacific, not the Atlantic?
Open for baptism. It's the Pacific Ocean, yeah. Open for baptism.
All right, Pastor Brian Brodersen, thanks for stopping by. This is KWVE 107.9. Back to you, Kara.